mind. Things paranormal talks in the dark. Secrets buried leave a burning mark. We interview the dead, we debate the unknown. Chasing shadows where the seeds are sown. Fingers tapping on a Ouija board. Broken silence like a shattered chord. Eerie hums in the dead of night.
Well, hello everybody. It went so smoothly. It's like it finally understands me. Hope. It's not funny.
It is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to a new Things Paranormal Talks. Today we have a, to me, very special guest. I think it's very special because we did our interview with the Ghost Host Sophia Temperilli, and now it's her turn to be on our show. So welcome. Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me. It was great getting to interview you guys, and I'm super excited to get to talk with you guys again.
Yeah, I was waiting for that way too long.
Yeah, you guys really, you'll have to have your camera on this time. I'm like, I swear to God, I get dressed up sometimes.
Oh, it's not that. That's fine by me. I mean, I don't care. I there's nothing to do with me and my hair anymore.
Yeah, mine.
They bully me with it as well.
Wear a wig.
See, there we go. Now she starts again.
Will you wear a wig?
No.
Will you wear a wig?
No.
It's like that
The
guy, the guy from The Hobbit. I cannot think of his name.
No.
I can't. I don't know why I can't think of it.
My hair just moved down.
Mine also moves down technically.
I have a problem with.
What's up?
Let me see.
Not streaming?
It notifies this video is ended.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't stream for me either. Don't know why.
I
See
feel
that?
like I hear my parents playing it in the other room.
Gremlins.
I don't hear anything.
Nope. Let me see if the other channel is live. No.
It should be live.
Both our Facebook channels, and it might be the problem.
It should be live on your channel.
No.
YouTube.
Unable to connect, and things in the Netherlands should be live, but it isn't. So that's.
I am live on mine. So mine's live.
Okay.
So that's good.
One is sending data. Don't know what.
I think it has trouble with Facebook again, so just leave it. It'll come later.
I don't touch anything.
My parents said they are watching live.
Okay.
Are they watching on Facebook or YouTube?
I'm pretty sure it's Facebook.
Okay. Watched and I started. Okay. That's another message. Me.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start the show.
Over.
See, always there's something that has to go wrong.
Yeah.
Blame the ghosts, I guess.
It's the ghosts. It has to be. Now, could you introduce yourself and tell us what you do in daily lives?
Yeah, so hey everyone, my name is Sophia Temperilli. I'm also known as the Ghost Host. I've had a radio show for coming up on 15 years now. Yeah, 15. After a few years, you start having an account and then it gets a little confusing. But I started my radio show when I was 12 years old, and I've been investigating the paranormal since I was 8 years old. My first investigation was on the RMS Queen Mary in Long Beach, California, and by the age of 9, I realized the house I was living in at the time was haunted. And yeah, shortly after that, I started my radio show, which has now been going on 15 years. It's currently on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other platforms, where new episodes, such as yours, air every Saturday.
Yeah, I keep sharing everything that I see coming by on my Facebook. I'm like, oh, share.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's so great. And with this new platform, I've been able to have international guests, which I've been wanting to do literally for like 12 years, 13 years. So I'm so excited because now I get to meet amazing people like both of you. So
Yeah,
it's fun. And if people, want to hear paranormal stories from people all over the globe and, you know, people who are known on YouTube, small investigators, everything, my show has it all in that regards.
yeah, because I saw you do English and you do Spanish.
Yeah, so literally anyone of any language can come on if they have a translator, because I don't really speak Spanish either. I know a little bit. I am Mexican. My grandma just didn't wanna teach anyone. Uh, so I'll be able to hear that. So shout out to grandma. Um, but, yeah, we've had shows, uploaded that are in both Spanish and English, Portuguese and English, so we do dual versions when we have guests that don't speak English, and we're able to have a translator to kind of aid that little bridge.
Cool.
That is cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Here I was thinking you were speaking Spanish.
I did speak Spanish in the intro of the one because I I had to take Spanish for 1 year in middle school and then, like, 2 years in high school. So I remember some of it, and then I tried Duolingo, but I don't think I have the attention span for that. But, yeah, I mean, like, I try to pick up a little bit because when my grandma has her little secret conversation, they'll wanna know what she's saying about me. She sees her friends at the Mexican restaurant. Like, what are you saying there? And so I'll be like, I understand that word. Like, I'm on to you, grandma. So yeah, I did do an intro in Spanish. But Portuguese, that was not something to figure out. I knew obrigado from like 90 Day Fiance, so don't know if my extent of learning should be from 90 Day Fiance, but it is.
Well, you're as far as me with the Spanish. If the Duolingo, I've been learning Duolingo for I think a year and a half in Spanish.
Mhm.
I know some words, and the rest of it I forgot already. So
Hey, you know what? I remembered a lot of food words, and I think that's like pretty telling
yeah,
about
me
me.
too.
Those are important though, honestly.
Food is the most important thing.
Yeah. So yeah, if you guys are interested in, different types of languages, if you're taking Duolingo and want to brush up on your paranormal languages in Spanish, you can listen to my show for that, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I do have Duolingo,
Yeah, I
and
do.
I started with Greek,
Um,
but
That's a language. Bleh.
it's
too hard, too hard.
Well, I took Chinese when I was a child, not way before Duolingo, and I was actually really good at that, but I don't remember any of it at all. So yeah, don't know. My dad speaks Chinese though,
I think
so
that's cool.
I guess if
That's
I
very
had
cool.
someone on that speaks Chinese, I could maybe intro them, but understand what they're saying,
Mm-mm.
not anymore.
No, but that's a very hard language to understand.
Yeah, I don't know how I did it. I got A's and B's. I took it for like 3 years, I think. So don't
Cool.
try and talk to me in Chinese now because I probably won't understand.
I probably won't even understand what I'm saying, so it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, I remember like how to count to like 6. So
But
say numbers up to 6. We're good. Solid.
it's more than I can do, so it's more
Yeah.
than I can do. All right. You said you were investigating very early age.
Mhm.
Now I know because I did my homework a little. Your parents both are investigators, and they have a lot
Yeah.
to do with the paranormal. So it's like literally, okay, I have a child, let's go. That's something I see, yeah, right?
Yeah, we all kind of started together. My parents don't investigate really as much as me anymore, and even that, like, is still a little bit not as much as some people because I live in California and it's very expensive. So yeah, I just don't really want to sell a kidney to investigate because then I would turn into one of the ghosts. It's a whole thing. But yeah, we all started together. My parents have always been different types of parents. Like they just, they always wanted me to go after what I love, but also, for their 10-year wedding anniversary, they're like, let's do something different. Let's go on a ghost hunt because that's what normal people do, obviously. And so my mom was looking at things to do on the Queen Mary because it's so close to home, and she saw that the tour was run by a psychic named Peter James. And when my parents were dating in the 90s, they used to watch X-Files and a show called Sightings. And their favorite person on Sightings was the psychic Peter James. So my mom got really excited. She called my dad. She's like, oh my God, we have to do this for our anniversary. So they went. I'm an only child, so I don't know if it's only child syndrome or what, but I was like, why am I not going? Like, I want to go. And so my parents are like, yeah, okay. And so they went on the tour without me, and then they emailed Peter because he always gave everyone his email and phone number after the tours and said, hey, thank you for having us on the tour. Our 8-year-old daughter really wants to go. Is it safe for her to go? And he said, there's over 500 ghosts on the ship. They're all my friends. Bring her and we'll have her call out to the little girl ghost in the pool area named Jackie. So I went. Their anniversary was in May of 2007. And I went it was in April of 2007. I went in May of 2007 to what was Peter's final tour. And I called out to the little ghost girl in the pool area, and I had one of my first ghost sightings, and I just fell in love with the paranormal and continued with it ever since. And after that specific tour, Peter had asked my father to co-author his autobiography, Heaven Can You Hear Me? So we started going to paranormal events and meeting people, and my dad was sharing and promoting Peter's book after his passing. So that's kind of how we got started. We all pretty much started at the same time, all had an interest beforehand, and just really fell in love with the field, but also met so many great people through those events that everything just kind of continued from there. And like I said, I lived in a haunted house. So once you kind of go through that, you're a little bit stuck.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're hooked.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm already traumatized. What am I going to do? Leave?
Was it that bad? No, right?
Yeah, no, it was not bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I still gotta find a therapist to work through that, but that's a lot harder than you think.
Oh yeah.
It's like, hey, I was stalked by a ghost. Help me through that trauma. And they're like,
Excuse me, what?
schizophrenia? And I'm like, no.
We have mats for that.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm like, just tell me. So yeah, it's it was definitely an experience. Not a fun one, but it's one of those things that, change your life in a way where even if I said, hey, I'm done with the paranormal today, I'm still stuck with those experiences. So it's like, it will never really leave. And so
No.
it's like, well, why not just continue?
True. Now I'm actually very curious. Are you
Yeah.
comfortable enough to talk about it? Since
Yeah,
it's
for
normal?
sure. Yeah, I've talked about it since I was younger. I was definitely not as comfortable talking about it when I was younger. But basically, when I was about 9 years old, I had already been in the paranormal for a year at this point, and I started feeling like in my parents' room that the ceiling, the walls, everything was covered with eyes. It just felt like I was being watched everywhere. That's kind of the only way I can describe it. And one day I was just hanging out in my parents' bedroom, and I saw a man in their closet, in my mom's vanity area. And obviously I knew there was not a man there. And I told my parents, hey, there's a man in your closet. And we had lived there for many years. My dad grew up there as a child. And so they didn't really know what to say. My dad told me it was my imagination. My mom didn't want to tell me I was wrong. Guy who wrote a book for a psychic was really on board with that one. And so they just didn't know what to think. And my mom didn't want to tell me I was wrong, so she just said okay. And then one day she was putting on makeup in her vanity area, and she heard 3 knocks from the inside of her closet door, which obviously there's no one in there making knocking sounds. So she grabbed an EVP recorder, and they were just standing around. Her and my cousin were talking, and they caught voices. And basically from there, they had confirmation that our house was in fact haunted, and the activity really progressed. the spirit was focused on women. So you, Shane, went into the house, you would not have experienced anything, you wouldn't have known anything, but Mary probably would have felt uncomfortable. So when we realized the house was haunted, many of my mom's female friends would come and say, hey, your house has actually made me feel very uncomfortable for years. But, people don't just tell you that. Because why? But yeah, he was really focused on women. He would watch me sleep. He watched my mom sleep. He watched my cousin sleep. Um, yeah, he kind of just followed me wherever I went. I couldn't do anything, get dressed for school, watch YouTube, play video games without him being there. I was basically stalked by him for the entirety of the experience of knowing that our house was haunted until we moved out. And looking back, we had experiences prior to us realizing my mom had had a piece of metal thrown at her back, things like that, which obviously we knew was paranormal at the time. We just didn't think our house was haunted. We thought maybe it was just like a family member trying to get someone's attention. And when I was younger, my parents and my grandmother said that I would basically stand with my back against the door into the garage, frozen, and I would not move. I was at an age where I could walk, but I couldn't really talk or, tell how I was feeling. My mom would physically have to come over and touch me for me to actually leave that spot. So I was clearly seeing something, but I don't have any memory of that. And I was not at a point where I could enunciate how I was feeling.
Yeah. Well, that would have
Yeah.
freaked me out, definitely.
Yeah, it was definitely creepy. He had watched me sleep one night. Like I said, he stood over my cousin. So he really made himself known after my parents had that confirmation through the EVPs. I had a pug, and she would actually stand in the hallway violently barking down the hall where he would be.
Yeah.
I had diamond doves in my room, and when he would stand in the doorway, because my mom would be in the doorway and she'd feel her arm buzzing she would feel her body buzzing like as if your arm fell asleep.
Mm.
And she would know that, she was walking through him. And the birds in the cage would absolutely freak out and start just like bouncing off the sides of the cages in fear. So there was other things that also, confirmed it besides just human. You had this animal response that was also telling you, hey, this is not okay.
Yeah.
And we had psychics come in and say that this was a bad spirit. We had people come in and try and clear the house. They couldn't. So it was definitely a very trying time. It was like living in a prison. And so it was very hard to deal with. And fortunately, when I moved, he did not come.
Thank God.
Yeah. So
I was probably bound to the house.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go back to find out if he is, but I'm just happy he didn't follow more
Yeah,
than
exactly.
anything.
Now, if you go back now, it's looking for trouble.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. They're like, "Oh, do you ever want to go back and see him?" I'm like, "Nope, no, I'm okay." Like, stick my head in a guillotine again for what? I made it out fine.
Exactly. That's no.
Yeah.
Not the risk. Not
Yeah.
worth the risk.
So, yeah, that was interesting. That was a like I said, one of those events that leaves you kind of scarred, and it's like, well, how do you move forward with that after? And that's still something that even to this day I have to work through, because it's a different experience when it's in your home. You go to places, you investigate, but your home is supposed to be a place where you feel safe, where you can relax, where you feel protected. And when you don't have that, it's very hard to deal with. You go to school, you have problems at school, you come home and you don't have a moment's peace, because I was basically attached to my mom's hip because she was the only thing that made me feel safe or protected. I could not be in a room alone because I knew he was there. And that's just really something that's very hard to deal with, especially at a young age. And having a male spirit's just basically attention in that manner is very unnerving too, because you just want to be left alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that would have scared me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did your parents ever go on a search for who he is, how he died, where he came from?
Yeah, so that's a little bit hard in regards to that specific home. So like I said, my dad grew up there as a child. So my dad's adopted, but his grandfather was actually a paranoid schizophrenic, and he passed away in the home. And after he passed away, my parents moved in. Now, he was not the person haunting the home. His spirit was there, but it was more trapped in a loop, kind of like he was as a person. And I actually think the spirit, maybe whatever was there, maybe kind of aided in progressing his mental illness. I mean, that's just a theory. He obviously was mentally ill, but I think it maybe also kind of pushed him over the edge.
Yeah.
Now, if it wasn't predating my grandfather, he became a ward of the county in the 90s. And basically, that means that the county was supposed to take care of him. They didn't. So my grandfather died in the house without heat, without electricity, without anything. And so there was a large period in time where anyone could, if they wanted to, break in the house, do anything. And my grandfather was very defenseless to have stopped that or do anything. And there was no one taking care of him. So there's so many years that people could have done anything in that house and no one would have known. So there's just really a period of time where you have no records of what went on in that house. My parents did find a Ouija board in the house when they moved in.
Oh,
Yeah, they still have that. But it's
course.
not haunted.
It's
but
a
we
good
still
thing
have
it's not haunted then.
No, I honestly, I didn't know that for many years. I thought it was a Halloween decoration. So, like, because my parents would put it out at Halloween. It's in our living room right now, but like they would put it out at Halloween. I did not know. I thought it was a decoration, but they found it in the house when they moved in. So, like I said, there was a large period of time where people were just doing anything, and my grandfather was very powerless to stop it. So
Yeah.
that was one of those homes where, yes, you have recorded history, but also you really don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad for
Yeah.
people being haunted, right? Because you want to know who it is, why, what happened,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why you
I
like that.
know
Yeah.
it was a guy. For me, I was seeing him in his late teens, early 20s with a white t-shirt, blue jeans, shaggy brown hair. Now, my cousin, was trying to sleep one night, and I guess I was next to her. And she saw a man standing over us, and he was wearing a white t-shirt and blue jeans with paint splattered on it. But she saw him in his 50s. So was this the same spirit? Was it different? I don't know. But he was watching us, and she blinked her eyes, and he was still there. And then obviously she was freaked out, so she grabbed me. And then at a certain point he went away. But she had that experience. So it's
Yeah.
hard to say who or what it was, but it was definitely a man and a very bad spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was, and when he had watched me sleep, so I had a couch bed and a loft bed in my room, and I would sleep on the couch bed because it was like 10. So I was like, oh, this is super cool. I don't know why. That doesn't even sound comfortable. But I moved up to my loft bed when my mom was cleaning the bedding one day, and I could see him standing in the doorway, and I knew he couldn't find me because the loft bed was up really high. And I was like, oh my God, he can't find me. And I felt safe. It was like, okay, he can't see me here because I knew he was looking for me. And one night I was laying on my loft bed and I was about to go to sleep, and I felt him on the ladder staring at me. So he had climbed my loft bed ladder, he had found me, and he was watching me sleep. And I don't know how I fell asleep that night or how long it took for me to tell my parents, because honestly, I have a really good memory, but the time frame in which I was in the house, a lot of that I just don't have a timeline for. And we had a psychic friend come down, and he was doing a live stream at our house, and I pulled my mom aside and I was like, Mom, I need to tell you something. And she said, not right now, we have company. So I told her friend, who is not in the paranormal at all, and then she told my mom, you really need to hear what Sophia has to say. So I told her, so only myself, my mom's friend, and my mom knew at this point. And then one of the psychics walked past my room and said, there's a man on that loft bed ladder. And my parents knew that, and that was the last night that I was going to sleep in my room, and I slept on a couch in their bedroom until the day we moved out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you know it's bad.
Yeah, they knew he had gotten too close, and they did not want to see what would happen next. So they said, no, you're staying here. And that's how it was until we moved out. We stayed in one room together, and she said she had felt like she was being watched while she slept, but she didn't tell anyone. And then the psychic went by and stood next to where she sleeps and goes, and he stands here. And that's when she knew that she was also being watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would scare me.
Yeah.
I can understand why you got scared there and why you guys
Yeah.
moved. Definitely.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
as a child, I was always nosy for the paranormal, and
Mhm.
if it wasn't for the kids, I would still be living in a haunted house.
Yeah, it was, it was definitely trying to go through because we had people come out to try and clear it. It didn't work. We told the team it didn't work. They said I brought it back. It never left. So they were actually blaming me as a child. And then, we had people telling me, just tell him to leave you alone, tell him to go away. But as a 9, 10-year-old little girl, you don't want to tell a grown man, human or spirit, to leave you alone because you don't know what those repercussions are going to be. So it
Exactly.
was a very hard situation because you really are powerless. My parents couldn't stop it. They couldn't make it go away. And I myself just had to exist with it. And that was very, very restricting.
Yeah. I can understand. I don't get people. I don't know why people would blame a child for bringing something back that wasn't gone in the first place.
I didn't want to talk to him. Why would I bring him back?
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
if he had gone, bye, sayonara, like, I would have been perfectly fine. I don't want to
Mhm.
talk to him. I didn't want to talk to him when he was
Yeah.
there. Why would I want to talk to him if he was gone?
Yeah. Have a nice life. Bye.
I'm like, oh, you're stalking me. Now you're gone. I think I might want to have a conversation. No. Like, no,
Goodbye.
thank you. Yeah, like, no, pass. Very, very hard pass. So yeah, it was definitely, a very difficult experience. And
Yeah.
we didn't move out because it was haunted, but it was one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
Can
I was
understand
super
that.
happy. Yeah, it was hard for my dad because, like I said, he had grown up there as a child, and so he had that emotional connection in the house. But for me, I was like, bye. No. I'm like, I'm good. I'm happy.
I can understand why.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely. So your dad didn't get bothered by that ghost because it was only for the females?
Yeah, so, well, he's like an 80s metal drummer, so he has long hair. So I will say his only experience is my mom told him to go actually lay on my loft bed after he had climbed my loft bed. And so from behind, he has a bit of a feminine appearance. And he's listening live, so he'll love that. But yeah,
I saw
yeah,
pictures, I know.
yeah. So you've seen. So from the back, on a loft bed that's very high up to the ceiling, this ghost, for I guess, didn't know. I don't know how he wouldn't have seen that, but frankly, I'm not gonna get into his head. But he had climbed the loft bed ladder. My dad felt someone watching him. So he threw his arm over the side and started yelling at the ghost. And he said he felt like he stuck his hand into a bucket of ice water,
Yeah.
which, when you encounter a ghost, you go through cold spots. And so at this same moment, my mom was holding me in their bed, in their bedroom, and she felt something come up through the mattress, and her body from the neck down buzzed like it did when she would walk through the ghost. Um, so yeah, that was a strange experience, but that
Mm.
was one of the times he experienced it. And the only other thing was, like I said, he's an 80s metal drummer, very loud hobby. And so he was playing with his friend, who's a guitarist, loudly. And there was a huge bang on the side of our house that could not have been caused by anything. And multiple people, and my uncle, my mom's friend, my dad, who was playing drums, his guitarist friend, everyone in the house heard this. So there was a couple times where there was something that everyone could experience, but it was mainly just women.
That is
Yeah.
what an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
It
sucked.
comes to mind. What an asshole.
Yeah. He probably didn't like the music.
No.
Well, I guess 80s music is an acquired taste, so I guess we can agree on that. But yeah, so that was kind of his only experience, was just being in that situation
Yeah.
in my bedroom, and the ghost, for some reason, mistaking him for a woman, I would assume.
I think so, yeah. Probably didn't feel the energy, just saw the hair.
Yeah, the hair will do it, I guess.
Yeah. It's a sign.
Well, I
Be
guess
bold.
blame Twisted Sister. I don't know.
All right, going from there, you decided still you wanted to do something with the paranormal, so you rolled into paranormal investigating after that experience as well. What is the
Yeah.
most beautiful thing you experienced during a paranormal investigation?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I've had really creepy experiences, so I'm trying to think of beauty. I've never been asked about
Yeah, but
beautiful.
they always ask the creepy things.
Yeah. Um, I would say it's not really beautiful, but like I did an investigation in Lenox, Massachusetts last January, and I was corresponding with the ghost through a dead bell, which basically runs off of EMF. When a ghost goes near it, it dings. And for me that was, I would say, like a beautiful experience because it was so instantaneous, the responses, and it was so intelligent. My co-investigator Drew, he was like, ring the bell twice for yes, and the ghost wasn't doing that. And he was like, don't forget, ring it twice, and the ghost rang it in a very like sassy manner, and so you could tell it was a very intelligent correspondence. And for me it was really nice because it was just like having a conversation, even though you were talking to a bell. It was something where you were getting those responses, and you were just having a normal conversation. And so for me that was really nice to have that experience because it's so rare to have that instantaneous thing where you can really communicate and have those kind of sassy responses from a ghost that's annoyed that you're telling them how to ring a bell. So for me it was just really nice to have that because I have had so many creepy experiences, but it was such a beautiful location we were in, and just to have that type of response with the spirit, it's just nice because things can get creepy. So when you don't have that, that's always a beautiful moment. And the people we were filming with, like one of the guys was so stunned he literally went. And so that's really funny to look back on. It's just people who aren't in the field that were so taken aback by what was happening in that moment that it just made for a really nice investigation and a really enjoyable time.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I love those. Those
Yeah.
investigations are the best. I love getting scared
They
too. I'm still waiting to run out of the building still, but they don't seem to want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, technically at my old house, we did have a man run out, and he actually stopped talking to the man who brought him. So I will say, if you're talking about people running out, when I was talking about the psychic who was live streaming there, he had brought an audio camera guy with him, and he was a skeptic. He wanted to, have a paranormal experience, but he didn't really believe in the paranormal. And so we were taking a break outside, everyone, and he came back in the house, and every single plug had been unplugged from this power strip, and no one was inside the house at all. No one could do that. And the power strip was in my parents' bedroom. And he got so freaked out, he ran out of the house and he stopped talking to the person who brought him.
Cool.
So
That's a cool
that
response.
happened. Yeah, I forget that happens sometimes, but yeah. So that was one where someone actually ran out and was so freaked out by it.
Yeah, that's something I love seeing and love experiencing is people that are skeptic, that are like, nah, it doesn't exist. I don't believe that crap, blah, blah, blah. And then something happens and they ran out. And you're like, where are you going? Why do you? Well, okay. Something happened.
I'm just like a 10-year-old, like, I still have to live here. Why are you mad?
Exactly. It's a very good example for a kid.
Yeah. So that was one experience I had with that. But for sure, the beautiful experience was really just investigating at the location in January and having just that nice open communication, even though it was through a bell. Because it felt normal, because you're a paranormal investigator. So even though you're talking to a bell, it's just like,
That's
this
a normal
is
conversation.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can also talk to Rempot.
Yeah.
You just get ding, and you're like, yeah, no, I totally agree. And it's like, ding, ding. You're like, you got this.
It's the best conversations ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. Well, you mentioned that guy who ran out. Did
Mhm.
you ever run out of a location?
The only time I can think of is I'm not really a runner in general. I'm more of like a fast walker. I fast walk out of places. But I also just speed walk in general because I don't want to stay wherever I am. If it's a mall, you'll see me run out probably faster than a haunted location. Um, but when I had investigated on the Queen Mary with Ghost Ventures, there's a entity in the pool area I call the Shadow Man. And so when you go to the Queen Mary pool area, there's normally low lighting in there. It's very creepy just in general. I don't know how it was ever like a nice place to go swim. Like literally. And when I investigated with Ghost Adventures, it was the first time I had ever seen the pool area without any light. It was completely pitch black, and the Shadow Man seemed to increase in strength. I can't really explain that because I don't know how that works, but he was a lot more powerful. And the time after I went with Ghost Adventures, we were there with a friend on the Queen Mary, and we were in the pool area. And I just got this feeling that if we stayed in the pool area, that something bad would happen. I started feeling very panicky, and I'm like, we cannot stay here. Something bad's gonna happen. And now I don't know if something would have or would not have, but I made sure that we all left because he kind of had a hold over me, the Shadow Man. When we were investigating Ghost Adventures, I wanted to tell them, hey, the Shadow Man's here. And every time I wanted to say that, I felt like I was going to cry. And it's the only time I've ever had a spirit kind of have that emotional hold over me. So I don't know if he was able to do that the next time we went or if something really bad was going to happen. But I would say that's the only time I ran out, and I didn't really physically run out, but I made sure we all left with
Yeah.
haste.
Yeah.
Yeah, intuitive. It
Yeah.
always works.
Yeah.
Intuition
So
never fails.
I don't know if something really would have happened or not, but it's not really worth the risk either. So that's
No.
kind of the only time where I left quickly, and I made sure everyone left with me. I'm like, nope, we're going. We're leaving.
Yeah, I can
We're
We're
understand.
not staying. I'm like, you're my
No.
parents. You're coming with me.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I've been having a day that I had to go into a building. I was looking at the building and we were supposed to go to the attic. It was a pretty old building, but it was all sturdy, so no problems. I was looking up and I was like, I have to go all the way up there. That's fine. I have to walk the stairs. That's fine as well. But my feeling said, no, don't do it. I was the only one driving, so I had to drive back. And we were with a group of 7 or something. I was like, yeah, fine. I'm the only one with the driver's license. My intuition says if I walk up, I'm going to fall down.
Yeah.
Down the stairs, break my leg, won't be able to drive back. I'm like, no, I'll stay outside. Yep.
Yeah, sometimes it's just better to listen to yourself, whether something would or would not have happened. It's not worth the risk. It's really not.
No.
When I was investigating at the location in January, we were in the stables and I wasn't needed for the experiment we were doing. So I could have gone up to the hayloft where there's apparently floating shadow heads, but when I see ghosts, they tend to be shadow people. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'd rather stay down here and eat a donut. So that's what I did because I'm like, you guys have so much fun up there. I'm going to stay here and take a break.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my co-investigator too, Drew, our psychic April, April, who said, she is like, it's after Drew. It wants Drew. And I'm just thinking, oh wow, that sucks for Drew, but they didn't say me. So I was really happy. I was like, oh wow, yeah. And I'm literally smiling, which is not great situationally, but like self-preservation wise, after living in a haunted house, you feel so much relief not hearing that. So he went up there, he was having problems. I stayed down there eating a donut. I did not have problems. Coincidence? Don't know. But I feel the donut helped in that situation.
Yeah, it gives you back energy as well.
Yeah.
It's the sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe if you would have gone up, something would have happened. There's always a reason why you won't go somewhere if it comes to paranormal.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of steps. It was freezing, and I'm like, you know what? You know what I don't want to deal with at like 2 in the afternoon? A floating shadow head. So I'm like, I'd really just rather stay down here. I'm like, I'm not needed. If I'm needed, I'll go where I need to go. But if I'm not, then have fun. And even before the investigation, when I read the reports, I'm like, I didn't know that there were stairs. I thought it was a ladder, and I was like, yeah, Drew's gonna do that. And I didn't tell him, but I just thought this sounds like a Drew activity. I'm like, he'll have so much fun up there. I'm like, I'm not climbing a ladder. I hate ladders. I'm not climbing a haunted ladder. I'm like, Drew's gonna have the best time.
Good luck, Drew. Donut?
I'm like, you're doing so great. Like, you guys are doing wonderful. I'm gonna watch this box over here and make sure nothing happens to it. What if it goes through it and no one was there to catch it? I'd feel horrible.
Although it's gone, it was a ghost.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry.
like, I don't know. I'm just
I
a
fell
golf
asleep for
cart
2
fan.
seconds.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so like, although I love the paranormal investigating, I do have that like curiosity killed the cat thing, and I do not want to be that cat, so I'm just gonna stay in that little self-preservation zone. Like, I find so many urban legends and stuff very interesting, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh god, these would be so cool to investigate. And I looked them up, and they're all like, if you see this, someone will die, you'll die, a family member will die, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I ever want to go verify that. I'm like, I'm okay. Could be totally untrue, but if it's true, I don't want anything to happen to my family. Because the one I had looked up, I don't remember where it was, but it was like, if you see a ghost ship crossing this river at this time, someone in your family will die. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like urban legends, as into Bloody Mary challenge, for instance. You hear a lot of people, yeah, I did that, I saw nothing. I was like, fine,
Mhm.
good for you. If you don't believe it, fine. I believe it enough not to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember at a sleepover when I was in elementary school, they were doing Bloody Mary, and I got out of there. I'm like, nope. I'm like, no, I'm leaving. And so I went to the other room. You all have fun in the bathroom. I'm gonna go sit over here. So even from a young age, I've just known that there's certain things that I would prefer not to have answers to.
Yeah.
Because there's no reward. There's no reward to a lot of things. You're just having a lot of risks and maybe having a, yeah, this is real answer, but at what cost? And I find that even though, there's so many answers in the questions in the paranormal we want answers to, I just have to know my limits as a person and an investigator.
Yeah. Agreed. Fully agree. The only thing you have to check about is it worth the risk?
Mhm.
If it's not, leave it.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna go to Goatman's Bridge. I think it's
No.
in Texas. I'm not going there.
Nope.
If I ever
You
get
guys-
the chance, I probably will.
You can let me know how that goes, and I will be very happily watching 90 Day Fiancé on my couch.
I'll just send you a message. I survived. I'm going home now.
And I'll tell you, I barely survived that episode. Some scary things on that show. So,
I think the program itself is scary. I mean,
it can be. It really can be.
you
But
don't know
hey,
the
I
person.
learned how to say thank you in Portuguese. So, very educational.
Exactly. So you can learn the languages as well. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now I have to watch.
at your own risk. I did mean what I said. Some things are very scary.
Yeah, I ain't gonna watch that program.
Ah.
No, it's not gonna be for me. Your favorite location? What is it?
So my favorite location I've gone to, the Glen Tavern Inn, I had some really cool experiences at. That was in Santa Paula, California. My favorite location would be the one I investigated last January, just because it was part of a project I'd been working on for a few years that I had so much love and passion for. And also I got to investigate with people that I've been friends with for years and I never got to see, which was my historian, Robert Oakes, April Bousset, the psychic, and Drew Babineau, the Haunted Raven. He was my co-investigator, and we investigated Edith Wharton, the author of Ethan Frome, Age of Innocence. her home in Lenox, Massachusetts, the Mount, and I just had the best time ever. And it's my favorite because it was just such a fun experience. It was snowing. I live in California. Although it does snow here, not where I live in California. So I got to see snowfall for the very first time. It was just such a beautiful home and estate. And just to be investigating with people that I'm such good friends with, it was such a wonderful experience. Nothing can top it just for so many reasons. And it was my first time investigating on the East Coast. So it just really hit so many boxes and milestones that for me, it was my favorite location, not just because it had such great responses and it was incredibly beautiful and haunted, but also just the outside experiences were really, really special.
That is cool.
Yeah. Do you have a bucket list? Locations which you want to investigate?
Yeah, so Island of the Dolls used to be on that, but I'm horrified of spiders. I have arachnophobia. So that I saw it on Destination Truth and I was like, that place looks awesome. It looks so creepy. I want to go. Saw it on Ghost Adventures, saw the spiders, and I said, absolutely not. Don't ever send me there. So I just wanted to throw that in because I just want you to know that that scared me. Now I want to go to Poveglia Island, which
Yeah.
also probably has spiders, but I didn't see them. So I'm gonna pretend they're not there. Unlike Island
works.
of the Dolls, where I saw the spiders crawling out of like the doll's eyes and stuff. I'm like, no. I would love to go. There's lots of places in Hollywood. I'm so fascinated with old Hollywood. So the Roosevelt Hotel. There's so many places on the East Coast that I would love to go to. So I mean, there's just a lot of really cool places. I'd love to go to like an asylum or a penitentiary. I don't know. I was like sick 3 weeks ago, so I saw brain fog. So if I'm just a little loopy, it's probably that.
It's fine.
Or it's just me. I don't know. But my parents spent the night on Alcatraz when I was like 9. They didn't take me. That really hurt my feelings. I'm still upset about it today. So I'd love to go to Alcatraz just because I'm upset about it. Like, what? Why? The Boy Scouts spent the night there. No one wanted to take me. It was very sad, very tragic. So Alcatraz, but like any asylum or something, because a lot of the locations I love, although I'm much more into history now, as an adult, because the stories of the people who have passed on, I think are really important and need to be shared as well. But one thing I've always loved is seeing places that I don't see every day. I live in the city, and so I don't see rundown asylums or penitentiaries or anything like that. So any location that's just really out of the ordinary for me is something that I would love to experience, because I think it's great. Like when I investigated the Mount in January, that's a Gilded Age mansion. I don't have that in California.
No.
Those homes are only on the East Coast. So for me, it was a new and different experience. And I think for me, even though I love the paranormal, for me, I think also the history of these people and the architecture of the buildings is just as important because it's such a time capsule and so beautiful to experience.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a brain fart. Do you know Michelle LeBaron, the ghost magnet?
Yeah, I see her on Facebook. She's very nice.
Have you ever been to Nevada State Prison?
No.
She had a very amazing experience there. So maybe
Yeah.
Yeah.
mentions there, because supposedly it's very, very haunted, and I don't know if you're going to like the spirit that's in there. But there is a spirit in there who is not very nice, but gives you good experiences.
Yeah, I experienced those a lot with the Queen Mary in my house. I mean, the real question is, when have I met a nice ghost? That's, the real question.
That the one with the bell, probably.
Yeah, no, he was super chill. He liked me. He was very nice. And I'm not just saying that. We literally asked him who he wanted to talk to, me or Drew, and he picked me. So just want to say I'm not
That's a
just,
good-
not
that's
just
good
hyping
ghost.
myself up. But yeah, it's I would love to go there. I went to Virginia City, Nevada, which is like a ghost town. That was super
Yep.
cool. They used to have a Paracon there. I haven't experienced anything else in Nevada. Did go to Las Vegas once, so I experienced the heat. That was scary.
Yeah, that's not my thing.
Yeah, I went to Tombstone as well, and that
Oh,
I tried to investigate, and it was like 100 degrees out. I could not make it.
Oh my god.
Me and the heat, we don't mix. So this swamp cooler kept hitting on the heater. I would never go there again unless it's like snowing out, because I'll take the cold any day over like being in the heat like that. It was miserable.
No, I just give me the spring. It's not too cold. It's not too warm. Perfect weather.
Not in Arizona. I swear to God, it's like it's like a furnace there. It's like
I'm-
horrible.
I meant the European spring.
That I would probably like. You're right.
It's never hot here. If it's hot, then it's something like, where'd that come from? Go away. We don't like this. Go away. Wrong country. Move.
Yeah, I like gloomy, rainy weather, so I think I would enjoy European weather a lot. My mom hates the rain, so she's like, "If you ever move to Europe, I'm not going." I'm like, I never said I was moving. I'm
Just
like,
said
I
I would
just
like it."
enjoy the rain, Mom.
You can go on holiday to Europe.
Yeah, I do want to
Especially-
go there. I want to try fish and chips and stuff, and I want to see all the old buildings. Get to see just like all the cool stuff we don't have in America.
Yeah.
We just
there's a
have
lot.
castles and a lot of stuff that
Mm.
I don't have.
True.
Which, if there are castles around here, someone probably built it and it's not old.
It's
Well,
probably
it's
not that
more
old.
mansion,
Yeah.
and they call
Yeah.
it a castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have real castles.
Yeah. I do feel I might trip in a castle, but that's just me. Like if a ghost pushed me, I wouldn't think so. I would genuinely just think that's me tripping. So it's like my only thing. I'm like, is the brickwork stable? Because I'm not stable as a walker.
Oh
I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Did you just push me or was it me?
I wouldn't even go to push. I'd be like, that was so weird. Did I trip over Eric? I fell running from a bee and I literally slipped on cement. Who slips on cement?
You?
So yeah. So like I really want to see like the old castles. I'm just not sure of the stability of me as an individual. Someone need to like bolt me to something and like wheel me forward or something. I don't know.
Also a possibility.
Yeah, bubble wrap me, send me in the castle. Somehow end up jousting myself. I don't know how that would happen.
But you're probably able to do it.
I'm quite sure I can.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of locations I would love to experience, especially in Europe.
Have you ever been out of the States doing an investigation or just in the States?
Only in the States. I have been to Paris and China. However, I was like 8. So although I was in the paranormal, like my aunt took me to Paris and then she didn't believe in the paranormal, but then she would always like take me to haunted hotels. So I don't really get the pipeline there. But yeah, she was like super into like educational stuff. So I do wonder as an adult, like why didn't she take me to the catacombs? I do wonder that, but I didn't go to like the catacombs or anything. So no haunted experiences in Paris. And then in China, we were on like a very regimented tour. So I also didn't get to see anything there. But I think it'd be cool to travel overseas and investigate. The furthest I've gone to investigate is Massachusetts.
That's far from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's far for me too, but because sitting for 8 hours on a plane, it's like, oh my God. Let me off. I'm hungry.
Yeah, and the food on the plane is either not good or very expensive.
They handed out pretzels. They were everything bagel pretzels. I'm not trying to shade anyone who likes them, but they were disgusting. They
Depends
were
on the
so
pretzel.
gross. It tasted like garlic. Do you want a garlic pretzel
No, I want
in
a
a
salty one.
bag? It is gross. It was
It has
really
to be
weird.
sold, not garlicky.
Yeah, it was
Mm.
really gross. It was
Yeah.
really gross.
Wrong pretzels. They
Yeah.
were from years back.
Yeah,
They're
it was
like,
a big
hey,
no.
found some pretzels in the corner.
I'm like, why? I'm like, why? And then when we flew back, we made sure to get food in the airport before we
Yeah.
left because we're like, this is horrible.
Well, lesson learned. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always eat.
you live and you learn. Sometimes the airport's a little scarier than the location you go to.
Yeah.
Actually, most of the time, the airport's probably scarier than the location you go to.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Most
There are
definitely.
lots of people.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't like people.
Yeah, I was scared the whole time. I'm like, please don't get sick. Please don't get sick. I'm like, I'm here for like 2 days. Don't get sick. And then I was sick when I got back. So like on the ride from the airport to my house, I'm like, I don't feel so good. You're sick for like 3 weeks, but I'm like, at least I got through it.
Oh my god. Well, the universe waited for you to get home.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
hmm Yeah, I can
Yeah.
understand that feeling. All right, Mary, you have questions?
Your podcast.
Mhm.
What gave you the idea to start a podcast?
Yeah, so it was living in a haunted house. So like I said, I lived in the haunted house between the ages of 9 and 11. Well, I lived there for longer, but that was the period in time which we realized it was haunted. And prior to that, my dad, like I said, had co-authored a book for Peter James. So the site founder of liveparanormal.com, Rob Sarek, had been asking my dad, "Do you want a radio show?" And he's like, "No, I don't want to write questions. I don't want to do any of that." And after living in a haunted house, I just was like, I can't be the only person my age who has gone through this or is going through this. And so I really wanted to connect with other people like me. I didn't find anyone else my own age, which understandably kids weren't as chronically online as they are today. So I started my radio show when I was 12. I basically bugged my dad, and then he finally was like, "Okay, I'll ask." And so he wrote Rob and said, "Hey, I don't want a radio show, but my 12-year-old daughter does. Is it okay if she has a show on Live Paranormal?" And he said, "Sure." And I never stuck with anything. Like I tried jujitsu for literally a day. Sports, accident prone, just didn't work well. So my parents didn't really think I would stick with it, and now 15 years later, here we are. But the original thought was just me wanting connection with people who were also having these experiences. I was in Catholic school, and so I didn't have people my own age that I could relate to or talk about this stuff with. And I didn't find that either with my radio show, but I got to meet so many amazing people. I was so fortunate through all the people we had met in the field at events that I had a lot of really kind people who came on my show. My first guest was Alexandra Holzer, Dr. Hans Holzer's daughter. Um, so yeah, that's basically how I started, was just a want for not feeling alone. And 15 years later, it's just been really great getting to connect, like I said, with people from all different cultures and backgrounds and getting to hear their paranormal experiences and their stories. And so that's basically how it started and how it has kept going. Though it has improved over the years. Hopefully, people would think that, because I was going through some of those older shows and oh my god, that was rough to listen to. I'm like, how did people listen when I was 12? So very thankful that I was able to make it through that grace period of age, I guess.
I think we all have that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All podcasters. If I listened to the first show he made, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is so bad.
My
This
voice
is
was so
horrible.
squeaky too. It was really squeaky. It was horrible. I
Yeah,
was like, oh.
Yeah.
that
So
changes over time.
yeah. That's how it started. Was just really that want for connection in the field and getting to know that I wasn't alone in my experiences.
Cool. I think it worked out with the connections.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
I said, I've met some really great people like both of you. So I'm very thankful for having the show to get to introduce me to people in the field and people with all backgrounds of the paranormal and the supernatural and different countries and cultures. Because I think that's super cool to learn about.
Yeah,
It is.
it is. Definitely. Definitely. What was the craziest country you got a guest from?
Oh my
Like you were
gosh. I
never
would
going to imagine you got a guest from that country.
Oh gosh, I would say, well, Costa Rica was one of my first ones, so that was pretty crazy for me. Um, getting someone from Brazil as well. Recently I had someone on from the Philippines, so that was really cool as well. So kind of those countries, I would say more of like the island countries, because I've been trying to find some people like in Japan and places like that, and it's quite hard with some places. They're either very small, so you don't really see teams, or the teams have come and gone. So for me, it's really just like the smaller countries or the countries that, are maybe not as open to the paranormal. I had people on from South Africa, and they said that a lot of people in South Africa aren't really open to the paranormal or talking about it. And I think there's a lot of countries like that. So just being able to find someone, and really any country I've had on has been just amazing for me. And surprising because, like I said, some of them are pretty hard to find people. But I'm going to keep looking because I'm determined and I have nothing better to do.
So you're still looking for somebody from Japan, right?
Yes. Oh my God. I want someone from
Oh,
Japan so bad. I love
we'll
Japan.
discuss someone backstage.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Really? I
Yeah,
love
somebody.
Japan. It's like my favorite. I think their architecture is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's like my goal. But like when you look up places in Japan, you see a lot of paranormal YouTube channels, but they're
Yeah.
super into horror. So they're like fake paranormal YouTube channels.
Mhm.
Like, how do I know what's real? But yeah, Japan's like my dream.
Yeah, my wife wants to go there still. But if the ghosty wosties there are true, like they tell me they are, then probably I'll stay home.
Yeah, you know what? My mom was like, "Why don't you, why don't you investigate like someplace warm, like Hawaii?" And I said, "I've heard about the spirits there. I'm good. Not gonna happen." Like, I'll never forget. We were watching. I don't remember what the show was called, but it was this paranormal show, and people would come on and talk about their ghost stories. It wasn't my ghost story.
The
It was
haunting.
something else. It
The
wasn't a
haunt-
haunting either. I
No?
cannot remember. It was something else. It wasn't my ghost story or a haunting. And this woman came on and said she was in a hotel room asleep, and she saw this native Hawaiian man in her room, and she sat on her chest or pressed on her chest, and she physically couldn't breathe. She was like suffocating. And I just, after seeing that, I'm like, nope, you know what? I'm so good. I don't need to investigate there.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still
Oh.
would go though.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful place. I just don't want to talk to the spirits there. They don't want to talk to me either, apparently, and that's okay. I respect
Perfect.
that. We're so
No
good.
problem.
I'll just go get sunburned on the beach, and you guys stay angry. Don't stay angry. I don't know.
Whatever, do something. Just let me be.
Yeah, we're so good. Like, I'm an introvert in real life. You guys clearly don't want to talk. That's okay. We're so good. So that's how I feel about Hawaiian spirits.
Yeah.
Would love to hear about them from someone who's not me experiencing them.
Yeah, can understand that. Maybe we can find somebody.
Yeah.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Oh my God.
All right. I have no more questions actually.
No.
They're just
much.
if Mary doesn't have any questions, there's only one more question left. And that is, where can people find you if they want to follow you?
Yeah, so people can find me on Twitter at Sophia Temperilli with 1L at the Ghost Host Show. I think it's just Ghost Host Show because Twitter has that cut off. Anyways, Instagram at Sophia Temperilli, Facebook. You can follow the Ghost Host Sophia Temperilli like page to hear all about our guests. You can also find some of our past shows that were recorded on video on the Ghost Host Sophia Temperilli YouTube channel. You can check out Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and God, they've added so many others on Spotify, but pretty much anywhere you find podcasts, the Ghost Host Sophia Temperilli, you can listen to archive shows there, and you can catch up on all of our new guests. We have a lot of great guests coming. Just booked so much, wrote it down. Ghost Shadows Germany Investigators will be on March 14th. Segra Paranormal Investigator and author Nathaniel Elwell will be on March 21st. Paraflix Red Square Productions Chasing Legends researcher Nash Hoover will be on March 28th. Paranormal investigator and filmmaker Lawrence Milano on April 4th. And we have a lot of other great guests that are upcoming as well, so you can check it out there. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. You can also go to sophiatemperilli.com and see all of my social media links there as well, and a little bit about me.
Yeah, perfect. And of course, I will share every link that you just called out
Yeah.
in as soon as the episode comes on again, because it's going to be a rerun again. I will share every link in there and where they can follow you. And you're going to be on Spotify, I think, in 3 weeks tops.
Well, awesome. Thank you guys for having me on, and thank you guys so much for coming on my show and talking with me both times. Because I apparently say a lot of random things.
No, that's perfectly fine. Thank you so much for coming on and wanting to come
Yeah.
on, because it wasn't. Actually didn't think you were going to do it, because you have your own podcast, and
I
and you didn't go online live with the screen on, and I was like, she probably doesn't want to do it. But we're going to ask anyway. And then
I
you said
do.
yes. I was like, you're cool.
Oh, I do want to come on. I love being on people's shows, even though I, when I'm getting over a cold, apparently just start rambling like today. But yeah, no, I love talking with people. I just don't have my camera on when I do my show because it's audio only. I look like the crypt keeper. It scares people. Scares the guests. Like Tales from the Crypt had its like moment, and that's I don't want to like plagiarize their thing by putting my camera on, because then it's like, oh, am I talking to Sophia, the crypt keeper? Both, really. So I do get dressed up sometimes, get out of my little electric chair, whatever he was in, and then come into this chair, and that's what I have to do. And so I do go on camera, just not on my show, because otherwise it's Tales from the Crypt, not the Ghost Host. It's a licensing thing, I think.
Yeah, I think you're not going to be able to broadcast anything about that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So thank you
Well-
for enjoying my tales from my bedroom instead of my crypt today.
It was great to have you, definitely.
Absolutely.
I hope in the future you want to come back one more time. At
For
least.
sure. Anytime.
Good.
And you guys are always welcome back on my show, of course, as
We
well.
would love to. We would love to.
Yeah.
We had a blast. All right. With that said, everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening on Spotify later on. We will see you in the next one, which is going to be
Next week.
Do we know who? Because
Oh, I have to
Dave?
get up for my calendar. You have yours.
got here.
Yeah.
I did something right, except for knowing who we have.
I think the 11th.
Is it the 11th? Getting there. Ah, Ian Farrow.
Oh, yeah. From England.
Yep. So we have Ian Farrow next week.
So I had the list printed out, but I think some of the dates are a little off.
They'll see it come when it comes.
It's okay. Those people are correct. The dates may not be, but that's cool because they'll be there.
Exactly. Well, as always, I will end with the music. If you want to stay backstage, Sophia, then we can talk about the Japan person I was talking about.
Cool.
I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.